Hey guys, welcome back to Unknown. To make the jar a paper jar version 4, you will need the size of paper which is I dubbed jar paper. So it is basically when you take an A4 and you take a square out of it, you have this leftover paper which you can use to make any of the jars. There are 3 more jars as this is jar version 4. If you're new here, I will leave the 3 other jars in the video description, and this exact paper size will also be in the video description. If you do not want to take it out on A4 or a bigger sheet, if you want to take it out of, you can cut it out. So let's begin. First thing you need to do is divide it into in 16 parts like this. So you divide in half first, like that. Then you divide both of these sectors into half. Like that. Then you take each of these and divide them into half again. Don't do it as fast as me. I'm just speeding it up so I can show you the next steps. There. And when you have gotten 8 parts, divide each of these parts into half again and you will have 16 parts. So do not try to do it with this type of fold, because you want all of these to be on the same side, or else you won't get the exact thing. You have to reverse fold them and it takes time, so you can just do it normally like this. Keep it to the mark and then you can fold it like that. So because there are pre-made marks, there is no need to match any creases. Now when you've got 16, and you can even count them if you're not sure about it, you have to check and see if any of the creases are not done properly. So for example, I have these 2 creases here which haven't been creased properly, so you can re-crease them so everything is exact, and it needs to be like that. Your sheet needs to be like this. Next thing you need to do is divide into exactly 3 parts. Now this is very hard on a normal sheet like this, which is not a square. So one thing you can do is you can take a square, you can measure the length and you can divide in 3, or you could just estimate and divide in 3, but the estimation doesn't really help if you want to make an exact mold like this. But for now I'm just going to estimate. So I need to pull it up to here and I see to where it becomes half and half. So that's not correct. To there, right there, and to check that, I can actually fold it to there, and then I just have it in 3. So to check it, I reverse fold and you can see that it's very precise. So I can continue folding. And one more thing is, since you make the mark only in one spot, how will you reach it here? There are 16 creases you've made, so you can just match the creases. That's the easiest way to do it. That's why they should be very exact. See, so I match the creases and the corner does not pop out of the edge. And that's one part. Then you just take this and you divide this part in half. Now you will have the grid length for what we need for all jars. The jars haven't changed yet, only the top of the jar have been changed, and this one is particularly very complex. Now if you know what you would do on an original model, you would always make the bottom on the left. So for those of you who don't know how to make the bottom, I will explain. For those of you who know, you can skip this part, probably 1 minute, and then you can continue making the top of the jar. So first I will show the bottom. Let me just zoom in. Yeah, so if you're able to see it properly, this you need to have it on this side and make sure that you're facing this. So you face the side where the creases are, and then you pinch this, pinch one side of it, then you have to get this corner which you pinched till the edge of the next one. So it looks like that, and once it reaches the edge, you can fold it from the bottom like that. So once you've made a proper fold like that, you can even recheck that the corner which you pinched over here needs to reach to the edge of the next one. Now you keep doing it to the end here. Once you're done with all of them, as I always say, if you've not watched jar version 1, the first jar, I will link it in the description. As I told before, you can go and check that. I have said that there will always be a little bit of gap when you fold the whole entire model. That's because you did not fold the end, because there's nothing left to pinch, so I just say to leave it. But actually what you can do is take the corner and take this place and then just fold it down like that, and that's how you can avoid those mistakes, so it'll look seamless from the inside. If you can see over here, it's completely seamless. For the people who are not new here, they will know what I mean, and there were actually a lot of views in the jar version 1. There were 109 views as of now, and I turned off comments for a while, but I turned it on now. So if you have anything to tell me in the previous video, if you request a remake or anything, I can do it. But now the comments are on, so you're free to do what you want. If you're watching this video and you have watched that video before, you can go and comment there. Now, as of that, we're done with the bottom. Okay, so next up is the top of the jar. Now I'm just going to zoom in there. So we'll be focusing on one rectangle. If you know how the other jars work, we always focus on one, but this time we have to focus on all of them till end. So I'm going to zoom out for that one. First thing you need to do is you flip it over. From where you can see the creases, like you can see these creases dark, you flip it over, and then you take the bottom on the left again and you fold this whole entire layer in half. So be very careful, you want very precise folds here. You can match the creases, and there's also a pre-crease line to help you, so you shouldn't go wrong here. If you go wrong in here, there'll be a lot of problems when you're trying to assemble the model and make it 3D. So this crease will also match with all of these. The next thing you need to do is fold them in half, but not from here, from this place. So fold each of these layers in half. So first I would fold this, so the crease would come on the bottom where there are actually no creases except for the bottom marks. So I'll fold it to here, and even this one, be very careful because it's very tiny here. The paper has become very tiny here, and it's very less, so it may be a bit hard to fold. yes. And now to fold this one, as there are no pre-creased marks to align with, I do not expect you to align the creases. You can just take this, which is folded in the correct direction, and you can valley fold from here. That, and then you can open this flap up and tighten those folds. So we are done with a bit of how it's shaped. You can see how it's coming together. Now I'm just going to give a checkpoint for how much you've done. So let me just plan that out. We have done the bottom layer, and the creases are valley folds. That means the crease marks are on the bottom, in the inside of the jar. And then we have done the whole grid, and we have started doing the top of the jar, and it should be like this. So you can actually fold it like that, but do not fold it inside. I'm just trying to show how it's supposed to be. Now I'll show you how you can fold these tiny crimps, which should be matching with the bottom of the jar, so it can actually become 3D. So I'm now done with all of those folds, and it looks pretty nice if you see it like this. Now there's again that last one left, which is the top box. Now because you will not have 2 layers to push up, so over here you're not exactly supposed to push up here, because this one, if you notice, every box has this on it. So none of them have a double, because if we had another one, then we would have to push here. So we'll not do anything on the other box. This just needs to be left. There's nothing to be done. So that's it. Once you reach here, there's nothing to be done on this box. However, you do need to do something on the last box. So you take that and you will crimp it like that. Take that, crimp it like that, and then your sheet is complete. Now we're going to assemble it so we can make it 3D. Now we're going to assemble it. If you don't know how we normally assemble cubes, we always have to exercise the joints on the bottom. So first we'll begin by doing that. So we won't be folding the top, we'll just leave the top and keep it over here. We're going to wrap the paper around, and did the bottom and the top, there should be a 2 rectangle difference. So this is what I've got right here. 1, 2, and the bottom pops out from the back. So this is the length. You cannot increase the length, because you may be able to increase the length on the top, but not off the bottom, because the bottom is designed so it can stay with this exact length. So you just need to fold all of those crimps again like that. You just need to push them. That's all you need to do, because the creases are pre-made there, and then you push it, and then you can push it in, fold it like that. You can shape it from the inside like that. You can see that there is no gap. There may be a bit of paper which is going up and down, but that's actually fine, because there are only 2 options. Either you can do it like this with the paper, which gets very stuck a lot, or you can remove 1 layer, which will also help. But for now this is fine. There's really nothing to say over here. The bottom is done. But since we're done with the top now, what you would usually do is you would first fold the bottom, you would do this step, you would remove it again and do the top. So the bottom will already be exercised, but this is fine for now. as it's fine. But if it's not very good for you, you can remove it and you can keep it for some time, then you can refold it. You can remove it and refold it, which will make it back to normal how I got it here with the floating thing. This is actually not popping inside, but you can fix that later if you just push it in like that, and then I can just push it in a bit hard there. Now just make sure, okay, this is still popping out. Make sure that your top and bottom have the two difference. This actually automatically happens, but still make sure. Now since you have those folds, you get the paper very close, so you can see there's a big gap over there. You can try your best to bring the paper closer together by opening the bottom a bit and pushing that in. So try your best, because this is very necessary for the model. There, and that's the best I could get. Then you can fold the first over here. Now I didn't actually experience this problem over here. Everything was exact here, but that happens. If that happens to you, then you can know how you can fold it like that. There. Then you just need to fold those crimps. Keep it up and fold them down. You can begin by folding one layer first, or you can do both layers at the same time. But for better results, you can fold one layer at a time. It will be much better. Then once you're done with one layer, it may not settle as you think it would. So it's going to be in this bad shape. Then you have to do is do the second layer. And make sure all the crimps are in use, and you can push them down, and you can use your middle finger to help from the bottom like that. If there are any layers which got sink in like that, you can remove them with your middle finger, and there. So make sure each crimp is used. And then the existing crimps you can fold down. Now I still have a bit of stuff which is not done. You have to make sure that everything is exact, because if you got it like this, there may be a chance that the paper inside is not matching properly, and if that happens, the paper can fold itself down. So if you are having some difficulty folding this, I mean not too much difficulty, but there will be some difficulty. If you have if the paper is very hard here, you may have to open it up and check if the paper is aligning properly. So I'm just going to fold those down. There. Now the only thing remaining is this one, which is the top layer. You can just slowly push it down, even though that's not in the correct place. You can still try a bit, I guess, and push it in nicely. There, that's the best I can do. And then you can fold this one down. Make sure that all the crimps are in use, and you can push them, and you can flatten it. Do this about 5 times. So that's 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, and 5 rounds. Now you can make sure that all the layers over here are straight and not rounded. If they are rounded and you want to keep that, that is your wish, but I like to have this proper look over here. Now the last layer may be popping out, so if it is popping out, you can just push it in, and it will line with the one crimps over here. Okay. That is jar version 4 complete. So thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel and check out a few videos over here, and